Hey guys, what's going on? I wanted to do one of those stupid, really dumb reaction videos. The Game of Thrones trailer, it's called Official Tease, dropped today. Apparently, was it before? I've lost all my words. I'm sorry. Before. Was it before True Detective 9 p.m. American time, Eastern Standard Time over there. So it dropped just before 1 p.m. here. I found out the date, but I haven't seen it, so I thought I would give a go at one of these crazy reaction videos. Because, you know, they're the thing, and I must admit, Game of Thrones is my life. I love it. I'm completely submerged in the lore of it. I'm currently reading the books. I'm happy to do research. I can sit all day and watch Game of Thrones videos, all sorts of videos on YouTube. So I'm going to watch Season 8's official tease. It's called Crypts of Winterfell. You guys aren't going to see anything because I don't want to spoil it for anybody. Yeah. And if you find it interesting, cool. Like the video. If you do find it interesting, I'll put this reaction video along with the actual trailer and I'll post it on YouTube or whatever. But here we go. Okay, let's go. HBO. Jon Snow. Best character. One of the best characters.
You have to protect him.
Sansa. One of the best character arc.
My family.
Okay.
All because I couldn't love a motherless child.
You are a Stark. You might not have my name.
But you have my...
You have my blood.
They're together! Oh, come on. Oh, Milo. Help me. So go and watch the trailer, this teaser trailer. If you're into Game of Thrones as much as I am and you enjoy the lore of it and you enjoy the symbolism of it, this will have you asking so many different questions. So the trailer has Arya, Sansa, and Jon in the trailer. And so you've got them there. They've clearly all met up. They've all had their great reunion scene. And so they're in the Crypts of Winterfell. And I knew from the season 1 that the Crypts of Winterfell were going to be a main aspect of the show, regardless of how much we didn't actually see it. But because Ned's down there, Lyanna's down there, Brandon's down there, they're all down there, and being that Bran Stark is basically a three-eyed raven, he's not in this trailer. So I've had this theory from a not from the very start, but probably about season 3, and I do believe that Bran, or even Brandon the Builder, or whatever, is actually the Night King. For those of you into lore. But he's not in the trailer. So before I speak any more about this, go watch the trailer, and I'm pretty sure you can watch the video again later. It'll be up on my story, on my profile, whatever. But I am going to talk about it. So if you don't want to hear anything, leave now. But if you're interested, I'm going to talk about it because I love Game of Thrones, and that's all I can talk about. Okay. Alright, so basically it starts off with Jon, Sansa, and Arya. They're down in the crypts. They walk past, Jon walks past Lyanna, I can't remember the line. I'm not good with remembering certain aspects. But she says something about, I think it was to Ned, to protect Jon. It was basically to protect Jon, but she says protect him, and then it cuts to Sansa, who walks past Catelyn Stark, their mother, and says something about she could never love a motherless child, and that was back in season 1. And then it cuts to Arya. I can't remember if she walks past the statue, but then it cuts back to Jon, and he walks past Ned. And the bit where Ned says, You may not be a Stark, but you have my blood. I mean, that everyone's going crazy because we all know what the deal is there. Plus L equals J. And then they all meet up together, and then they get to these statues, the crypts that are gonna house their bodies, and it goes past Arya, and you see this. It's exactly how she looks now is her statue, and then it cuts to Sansa and the same thing, but then it cuts to Jon, and Jon's statue, he looks older. My theory is that Jon and Dany will survive this whole thing and not live happily ever after, but they will rule the Seven Kingdoms together, and then their child will be Azor Ahai. I do believe Arya will die in this season. I don't want her to. She's such an amazing character, such a badass, but I do believe that she will die. I'm not too sure about Sansa because she has grown a lot, especially in the last 3 seasons, into quite an articulate and immersive human being. Like, she knows how to play the game, and as Cersei says, you either win or you die trying, or you just die, plain and simple. I think Cersei and Jaime will both cark it, but basically, it's just weird because Jon is old. He's old. He's in the crypts, and he is seriously the older one. So that's what I think is gonna happen. I'm totally watching it again real quick. So Jon's walking. Something I didn't notice before. There is actually a statue of a dire wolf right near Lyanna's statue. And she says, you have to protect him. And I'm assuming that's because she's talking to Ned. And then a feather drops. This is seriously a feather. Now, this feather, it's not a raven's feather. It's not a turkey feather. I can't believe I'm analyzing a trailer. But it's a feather. And it's pretty important later on. Jon looks back. Something is there, but he's not quite sure. Cuts to Sansa.
This horror that's come to my family.
Okay, and then it's Catelyn Stark, who basically says, this horror that's come to my family, all because I couldn't love a motherless child. This is referring to Jon and the fact that Ned broke his oath and went off and shagged some chick, came back with a son, Jon Snow.
It's all because I couldn't love a mother.
And that voiceover continues over Arya walking down the crypt. Excuse me. Jon stops at Ned's statue, seriously has a thought, looks at him. It's like he's thinking of the words that Ned had said that day of, you may not be a Stark, but you have my blood.
You are a Stark. You might not have my name.
Oh, you may not have my name,
You
sorry.
have my blood.
And then they meet up, and these crypts are massive. The fact that they turn around from looking at Jon to basically looking at the statues that are behind them, there's no reaction on their faces whatsoever. So it's in a way bad editing from a pretty good actor. It's bad editing because there's just no reaction on their faces until they get there, until they start showing the statues of their crypts, that you actually get a reaction. They all come together, they see them, they're all standing in front of their own. Sansa looks the same. And I'm literally pausing it. And Jon is older. He has a full-on beard. His hair is slicked back like he is because he's the King of the North. but his eyes look older, and he's not wearing the same stuff. And he's a very serious... He looks like... I thought that was Hodor. And he looks like Hodor. The torch goes out, smoke comes in, and the feather that I spoke about before is now ice. Jon brings out his sword. He and Arya are ready to fight, and I don't know what Sansa's supposed to do, but I don't know, she's like some kind of magical being. This smoke seriously comes through. And then it cuts. This, like, I'm assuming, you know, when you open the freezer and this waft of smoke comes out at you, the ice, basically that's what's coming into the crypt, and we all know that there's going to be a massive fight at Winterfell between Jon and the Starks and the whole of the North, including some people from the South. So I know Jaime Lannister's coming up to the North. They're all in this fight together to try and get rid of the Night King. Now, I know that there's a massive fight at Winterfell, and I know I'm gonna cry at the fact that Winterfell may be destroyed. I'm gonna cry at the fact that certain people are gonna die in this. I can see myself needing 5 boxes of tissues for this show. I've immersed myself so much in it. Man, the trailer's creepy. It's a tease, and I don't like the fact that HBO, they send out like little snippets here. I'm not a fan of that. I would rather have a trailer that I can watch over and over again. Like this, the tease doesn't give me anything. I now have to wait until the 14th of April 2019, which is 2 weeks away from me getting married, and I have to wait for, like, I have to wait until April for this, and I'm hoping that they can drop an official trailer soon, so that I can probably do more of these. But yeah, so I just wanted to do a quick reaction video for you guys. I hope it wasn't too long. Let me know down below or commenting what you guys think of the trailer and what your theories are. But I now have to get ready for work, so I will see you guys later.